Greetings of the day to all my dear students. I hope that you all are in good health. Today we shall start with a very small story which is really amazing. The Boy and the Starfish. One day a man was walking along the beach when he noticed a boy picking something up and gently throwing it into the ocean. Approaching the boy, he asked, "What are you doing?" The youth replied, "Throwing starfish back into the ocean. The surf is up and the tide is going out. If I didn't throw them back, they will die." "Son," the man said, "don't you realize there are miles and miles of beaches and hundreds of starfish? You can't make a difference." After listening politely, the boy bent down, picked up another starfish, and threw it back into the surf. Then, smilingly at the man, he said, "I made a difference for that one." This is Shreya Jadhav welcoming you all to my e-learning channel, and today we are going to do English Grade 9 Poem 6 No Man Are Foreign, written by James Kirkup. So, before starting with the reading and explanation of the poem, along with the figures of speech, let us know something about the poet. James Kirkup, born on 23 April 1918, died 10 May 2009, was a prolific English poet, translator, and writer. He wrote more than 30 books, including autobiography, novels, and plays. Kirkup was born and brought up in South Shields. He educated at South Shields Secondary School and Durham University. He wrote his first book of poetry, The Drowned Sailor at the Downs, which was published in 1947. He was the first resident university poet in the United Kingdom. Introduction for answer. Dear students, always remember that whenever you are appearing for any exams or tests, try to keep in mind that you are supposed to start your answer with introduction. This creates a good impact. So here it is. Poem. Poem's name, No Man Are Foreign. Poet's name, James Kirkup. Genre, poetry. Summary. The poet tells us not to distinguish people on the basis of their appearance, religion, region, etc. So now, let us proceed for the summary. In the poem No Men Are Foreign, the poet tells us not to distinguish people on the basis of their appearance, religion, region, etc. People of the whole world are brothers. All people are born, wear clothes, eat food, and at last die, and are buried in the same earth. All of us have same kinds of body parts, but it is we who defile the earth by hating and fighting with each other. In the poem, No Men Are Foreign is all about the human beings. The poet tells us that all human beings on the earth are brothers and are the same. He tells us that all of us need sun, air, water, and clothes to cover the same kind of body. We all walk on the same land. All are fed by the harvest, and after death, all are buried in the same land. We do the same work. All of us on earth sleep and wake up, love and want to be loved. It is the human beings who hate others. We defile the earth, and we all live on by hating and fighting with one another. It is we who pollute the air that we breathe to serve our purpose, and without taking into consideration its bad impact on other people. Poem 6. No men are foreign. Have you ever thought of some people as strange or other countries as foreign? We have many ways of thinking of other people as different from us, as them. They may belong to a different country or speak a different language. In this poem, however, the poet reminds us of many ways in which we are all the same, for we are all the human. The title, No Men Are Foreign, means that no man belongs to another country. The poet wants to say that all men are same, all men are equal. He wants to promote the concept of universal brotherhood. In this poem, the poet wants to tell us that everyone in this world is the same. All people, all men are same. They eat, live, die the same way. Everyone gets the bounties of nature like sunshine, land, etc., in equal measure. We can also say that it is a very peaceful poem. So now we'll start with the reading of the poetry along with the explanation and the difficult words. Remember, no man are strange, no countries foreign. Beneath all uniforms, a single body breathes. Like ours, the land our brothers walk upon. Is earth like this in which we all shall lie? So, over here, beneath means under, strange means unknown. So, in the first line, the poet says that no man are strange and no country is foreign. So he is attempting to remove the borders from the earth, which have been erected to separate different countries. The only no country will be foreign. We will feel every country as our own land when there is no borders. Everyone will be free to move around. The poet wants to say that the entire earth is one and all the people who live in this earth belong to one human race. Then he says that inside the uniform worn by the soldiers of different countries, the human beings is same. God has made all of us in a similar way. All breathe in same way. Then he says that all soldiers are our brothers. We all walk upon the same Mother Earth, and upon our death shall lie in the grave of the same earth. They too, aware of sun and air and water, are fed by peacefully harvests, by war's long winter strifes. Their hands are ours, and in their lines we read a labor not different from our own. So, over here, they refers to those people who belong to other countries. We call them foreigners and discriminate them and fight with them also. The poet says that nature has given all bounties to all people. also just like He has given to us. Everyone gets sunlight, air, and water in equal measure, which means that God does not differentiate between people from different countries. We all do farming during the time of peace when there is no war. We live a relaxed life and eat the things given to us by nature. Further, he adds that the way we starve during wars and the winter time is the same for those belonging to other countries. Even they don't get food at that time. So he wants to say that foreigners who belong to another country and we both are same. And then the poet says that even their hands are same as ours. They work very hard just like we do. He is giving all these examples to convey to the readers that there is no difference in us as and the people belonging to another country. Now, the third stanza. Remember, they have eyes like ours that wake or sleep, and strength that can be won by love. In every land is a common life. They all can recognize and understand. So, over here, the poet asks the reader to remember something. He says that we should keep in mind that the people of another country whom we think to be our enemies have been bestowed by God with a similar appearance like us. God has given them eyes like ours, which open when awake and close when we are asleep. Similarly, He has given them strength which we can win through love. Then He says that in every country, in every land, there is one common thing that is life. Life means all the things that are living. And if we can recognize them and if we can understand their feelings and realize that they are like us, then there will be no fights or wars between us. The next stanza, the fourth one. Let us remember whenever we are told to hate our brothers, it is ourselves that we shall dispose, betray, and condemn. Remember, we who take arms against each other. Over here, disposes means deprive. The poet says that we should remember that whenever someone tells us to hate a person from another country, to think him as our enemy, and whenever we think someone to be our enemy, then we deprive ourselves, we cheat ourselves, and we condemn ourselves. He says that we should stay away from such sort of negativity. We should not consider anyone to be our enemy. During a war, both the parties must bear the loss. And that is why the poet says that war is not in our favor. He says that whenever we pick any weapon against someone, we should remember one thing, and that is it is the human earth that we defile. Our hells of fire and dust outrage the innocence of air that is everywhere our own. Remember, no man are foreign, no countries strange. So, at the end, the poet wants to tell us that we should keep in mind that whenever we pick up weapons against any person, we make the earth dirty because weapons kill people and their bodies will fall on earth. and that will make it dirty. Whenever war happens, it leads to a lot of bloodshed, fire, and death. These dead bodies accumulate on the earth and make it impure. The fire of war, which erupts the smoke which comes out, the dust which flies, the air. It is so dirty that it pollutes and outrages the purity of the air. With all these things, the poet wants to give us a message that we should not indulge in war. Finally, he ends the poem by writing the first line in reverse and saying that remember, no man are foreign and no countries strange. Over here, the rhyming scheme. The entire poem is written in free verse. There is no exact rhyming scheme in the poem. Now we shall start with the literary devices or the figures of speech. The figures of speech are as follows. The first one, remember, no man are strange, no countries foreign. Over here we have repetition. What is repetition? Repetition of words for the poetic effect. Over here we have word no being repeated twice. The second one is litotes, which is used of negation to convey a positive meaning. So over here we have the word no, that no man are strange and no country is foreign. It means that we are supposed to have brotherhood with all. And there is the third figure of speech, that is tautology, that is unnecessary usage of words which have the similar meaning but still they are used together. Over here, strange and foreign means the same, but for the poetic effect they have written. The next one is beneath all uniforms a single body breathes. Over here we have alliteration, that is repetition of consonant sound B is being made in the words like beneath, body, and breathes. We have synecdoche. The meaning of it is a part stands for a whole and a whole stands for a part, where human body is taken into consideration. So over here we have the word body and uniform, which indicates a person. The next, the third and the fourth line, we are supposed to consider it one. Like ours, the land our brothers walk upon, is earth like this in which we all shall lie. So over here we have repetition where words are being repeated, like is been repeated twice. Then we have alliteration. So over here we have consonant sound W, which is being repeated in words like walk, which, and we. And then we have the consonant sound L in like, land, lie, etc. Then we have euphemism. Euphemism means an unpleasant idea of death, but which is said in a positive way. So over here we have we all shall lie. We all shall lie means we all are going to die. But instead of directly writing about death, they have written in a positive way. They too aware of sun and air and water. So over here the figure of speech would be repetition. Over here the word and is being repeated. Are fed by peaceful harvest, by war's long winter streets. So over here we have alliteration, that is we have repetition over here. So that is the word by is being repeated twice. Moreover to that, we have antithesis over here. Antithesis means use of opposite words made together, used in one single line. So we have harvest and starved. So these two are opposite words. The next one is their hands are ours and in their lines we read. So over here we have anastrophe, that is inversion in construction of sentence for the poetic effect. Over here we have jumble words being used. The next one is synecdoche. Over here a human body part is been indicated, that is hands. Then we have repetition. We have there and there been repeated twice. The next one is a labor not different from our own. So over here the only figure of speech is litotes. The use of negation is done for the poetic effect to convey a positive meaning. So that is litotes. The next one, remember, they have eyes like ours that wake. Over here we have, the line will be, remember they have eyes like ours that wake or sleep. So over here we have antithesis, that is the opposite words are being used like awake and sleep. And we have synecdoche, that is a part stands for a whole stands for a part. Over here eyes represents the human body or a living object, a part of a body is been given, and strength that can be won. So over here we have the figure of speech hyperbole. Now hyperbole is something which is an over exaggeration, something which is not actually true but is said in that manner. So over here we have and strength that can be won. So this is a thing which has been over exaggerated and been told. The next one is in every land is a common life. So over here we have alliteration, that is use of consonant sound L is being made in the words like land and life. And then we have tautology, that is, we can say the whole line will consider in every land is common life, that all can recognize and understand. So over here for the alliteration we have land and life. For other alliteration we have all and end, that is a consonant sound is been repeated. The next one we have is tautology, that is unnecessary usage of words, but they are synonyms but still written for poetic effect. That is recognize and understand means the same thing. Let us remember whenever we are told. So now we have alliteration, that is the consonant sound remember. We have whenever and we, that W sound is being repeated. The next one we have internal rhyme. So over here we have words remember and whenever, they are rhyming to each other. The next one is it is ourselves that we shall dispose, betray and condemn. So over here the figure of speech is tautology, that is unnecessary usage of words is being done for the poetic effect, which has the similar meaning, or we can say they are synonyms to each other. Over here disposes, betray and condemn means to hate someone. It has the similar meaning but still they are written together for the poetic effect. The next one is it is the human earth that we defile. Over here the figure of speech is transferred epithet, that is an adjective is being transferred to a verb. So over here we have human earth, so earth becomes the noun and the epithet is the human earth, so that will become transferred epithet. Over here we have our hells of fires and dust outrages the innocence. The figure of speech will be metonymy, that is fire and dust They do not have any connection, but still there is an indirect comparison made between them. The next one is hyperbole, of air that is everywhere our own. Now, hyperbole is something which is over exaggerated and it has been told. So, the air is everywhere, but it is not our own. It is of the nature's gift which we are using. But still, the poet has been written, so this becomes hyperbole. And the last one is remember, no man are foreign and no country is strange. So over here, the figure of speech would be litotes because use of negation is being done. The word no is being there. Then we have repetition because the word no is been repeated twice. And then we have tautology, that is unnecessary usage of words is being done to carry on the poetic effect. The similar words, that is foreign and strange, means the same. So this is all about the poetry. I hope every one of you have understood it. If you still find any doubt or queries, you can comment down in the comment section below. Thank you for watching and have a great day everyone.